It's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits.
I look like and feel like I'm $1,000,000. I'm feeling myself for real. I'm on my way. The way I walk looks like a dance. And baby, that's just how I feel. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I am. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling alive. I am. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I am.
It's the Couch Chronicles, early mornings on the couch, that is. Every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Come catch a vibe with the couch. If you ain't gotta work, then you better keep your pajamas on. Get your tea, your coffee, whatever you drink, and whatever you smoke. Because Wednesdays and Fridays is the time to relax, chilling, vibing, you know. If you would like to be a live guest, if you in the Oklahoma City area, DM me now. Trust me when I say you don't want to miss this vibe. Are you feeling good? I'm feeling good. That's how you supposed to feel in the morning. 1, 2, 3, let's go!
I look like and feel like I'm $1,000,000. I'm feeling myself for real. I'm on my way. The way I walk looks like a dance. And baby, that's just how I feel. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I feel alive. I'm feeling myself. I am. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I feel alive. I'm feeling alive. I am. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I am.
And I hope you are too. Y'all, it's the Couch. Of course, I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 8 Central Time, and every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. I don't know why I'm being flagged on TikTok talking about I'm nude, but it's early mornings on the couch, and I do have on pajamas, so stop playing with me. Before we go on, let's give this moment of silence for the ones who aren't here with us today for whatever reason. Let's give this moment to them. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you check on your people. Anybody that you fuck with, check on them. Do your wellness check. If you know anybody that's in the hospital, that's where you really need to be doing your wellness check. Write your people that's locked up. Don't forget about your people. You know, if you really care about somebody, let them know that you care about them. Don't wait until it's too late and then you sitting at their grave letting them know how much you care about them. Coming up on the couch this Friday, we got Fuck Fentanyl. August the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th is going to be prison jail felon talk. If you've done any time and you would like to share your story, you're more than welcome. If you know somebody that's done time that's in your family member and it still affected you, you are more than welcome to come sit on the couch. August 10th, we have a guest. This is going to be his second time on the couch. This is Derek. He is actually my TikTok friend. That's where I met him, and I'm super excited to have him on the couch. So he will be here on the 10th. August the 12th is going to be autoimmune disease awareness. August 13th is going to be sickle cell talk. August the 24th is going to be stop the violence. And if you guys are in the Oklahoma City area and you've done any time and you would like to come to the second annual prison reunion, that's August the 29th. And then August the 30th, we're going to wrap the month up with Fuck Fentanyl. Now, today's episode is called Offending People with No Apology. And contrary to what you may believe, it actually happens more often than you think. Sometimes somebody will offend someone that they care about or that they fuck with or that they feel like they know. And instead of apologizing, they feel as if this person knows them enough to know that, yeah, I am sorry for offending you, but I'm not going to tell you. If you are genuinely apologetic about something that you did or said to someone, then it needs to come out of your mouth. If you want a relationship to work with someone, friendship, family, whatever, it's going to come to a point where it's not about who's right or wrong. It's about who handles what they do and say when they are right and wrong, right or wrong. So if you offended me, but you my mom, I'm supposed to just automatically know that you normally don't call people bitches, but today I'm a bitch because you just was feeling some type of way. But because you're my mom, I'm supposed to just let it go. And you're not supposed to apologize to me. No. Just because I'm the child does not mean that I don't need to be apologized to, because practice right now apologizing so that when I get older and I offend somebody, I can learn that behavior from you. Apologizing, making things right. But if you never apologize to your children, and if you feel like you're always right and you're the adult, then where are they going to learn the behavior to apologize to other people when they are wrong? Where would they learn that behavior if they're not learning it from you? Or if they're not receiving it from you? Too many people are offensive with no apology. I'm not saying be offensive, apologize, and then keep being offensive. I'm saying if you literally offend someone, why aren't you man or woman enough to apologize to that person? You hurt them. You hurt them. For instance, I had a situation happen with a family member. And I spoke on it to them. And instead of them apologizing, they tell me that I'm childish, that I need to grow up. But my thing is this, is growing up means that you first need to do it. Because how come I'm not getting an apology? Are you talking about this? Let me know, Lex. Because I did a demonstration just a minute ago. But if you're not apologizing to me, yeah, you said, and then they get defensive immediately. Yes. Playing victim. And it's too many of us that's out here that allow other people to play victim instead of apologizing when an apology is what's needed. Because it's not, yo, I'm wrong. Oh, okay, I get that you're wrong, but are you going to apologize? Disagreements happen. Disagreements is going to happen between a husband and wife, a best friend, family members. It's going to happen. How you handle those disagreements will depend on where the relationship stands. Because if you not, I don't give a fuck if you my mom, my dad, if you aren't man or woman enough to apologize when you know that you offended me, I'm hurt, I'm crying, I'm going through it. And you see that, you literally see that, and you don't say anything except, come on, let me get you a drink. Or come on, you know I was playing. Or you really mad about that? Those are nothing that you should be saying. What you should be saying is, yo, I'm so apologetic. I didn't mean to offend you. Anything that I can do to make it up, please just let me know. Because I don't ever want you to think that I'm doing or saying something purposely to hurt or offend you. And people, there's not a lot of people that's out there that would say that. That would be man or woman enough to tell you, hey, I fucked up. And I'm going to say this because what I'm about to say right now is because it recently happened. I wasn't friends with this girl at first. I didn't even know her at first. I just knew the other person that I was friends with. And when they would talk about them, I wouldn't be like, stop. I would just be like, girl, now, you know, and add my little 2 cents. Well, me and the girl ended up becoming friends. And one day she was like, have you ever talked about me? And it slipped my mind that I did. Even though it wasn't, hold on. Hey, babe. The couch? Okay. Later. She know I'm not going to turn down no phone call. Okay. Anyways. So, what was I saying about being offended? Anyways, another story, because I can't even remember what I was just saying on that one. But basically, I'm telling this person, hey, okay. She said, have you ever talked about me? And I was like, no. And 30 minutes later, I was like sitting there and I was like, oh my God, I have talked about her. So I immediately called her back. And like I said, even though I didn't say, yeah, she got a big teeth and a big forehead, even though I didn't say that, I still indulged. So I immediately called her back. I'm like, yo, I just realized, I said, and if you want me to send you the screenshot, I can. I said, I just realized that I did talk about you because somebody I was friends with had talked about you before. And I added my 2 cents, even though I didn't know you. So, I apologize. I did talk about you. And she was like, yo, I never had nobody tell me that before. I was like, I mean, because I never want anything to just pop up and somebody be like, yeah, and feel like they got one up on a friend or my wife or no, I'm just going to tell the truth because I don't got time to keep up with no lie. I'm already in a lot of pain and it's hard to keep up with the truth. Okay. So, I immediately told her, but it's not too many people that would immediately apologize or immediately correct something. They will let it go on and on and on. Like with my family, everybody that's been following the couch, y'all know my family, they disowned me. And I haven't spoke to them in 3 years. Now, here's the thing, is I've had my cousins say to me, could you forgive your family and be back the way you used to be? I could forgive anyone that has done me wrong or has hurt me to the point of no return. I could forgive anyone if you know how to apologize the right way. And hey Rika, and I'm not talking about gaslighting me. I'm not talking about make me feel worse than I already feel. I'm not talking about evoke a apology out of me for you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a genuine apology. Because we genuinely are hurt when someone offends us. So why can't we get a genuine apology? Because sometimes people don't want to look like or sound like the bad person. And sometimes being the bad person means that you on the other side of the offended part. You're not the one that's offended. You are the offensive person. And sometimes people don't like to admit to being that offensive person. Thank you so much for the roses. They don't want to be that offensive person. They want to have this persona of being just perfect all the time. When life is not about being perfect, it's about making mistakes and correcting them the correct way. Period. Because life is full of mistakes. We are going to make mistakes. Even if we know exactly what to do, we are going to make mistakes. But how do you fix a mistake that you made? The best way to fix a mistake, especially if it has to do with another person, is figuring out where it went wrong. And if it went wrong with something that you said, don't be like, oh, that's why you got offended, because that is called gaslighting. Come on now, you know me better than that, for real. Gaslighting. Because if they knew you better than that, then they would not be offended. It's not about knowing you and all of that. You never know what a motherfucker going through today. You offend them to... Girl, I know your motherfucking eggs is dried up. You don't know that this girl been trying for years to get pregnant and you talking about her eggs is dried up, even though you was being funny. How is that even funny? And I see, sometimes people have dark humor. I get that. But my thing is this, dark humor towards a motherfucker that you fuck with. Like they mama just died. Girl, your mama just died. You ain't fuck with her anyway. Really? Even if she didn't fuck with her in front of you, she might have been mending that relationship right before her mama died, and you feel like you had to come out your face. And look, now you being offensive. Now you offensive. Now they offended. You wondering why they ain't called you, spoke to you. You need to, because a lot of times when we offend people, we know. We know. Because the situation, the atmosphere changes. It's almost like the atmosphere gets sucked into a whole nother atmosphere, because you like, is this still my friend? A couple months back, me and one of my friends, I'm talking about, we were so tight, like tight. And I just was like, yo, I really appreciate this friendship. I'm loving it. Like, you know, it was just like so mature, and I just loved it. Well, we went out, and it's not that I was offensive to her, but because I was standing up for myself or standing on 10 toes, it was offensive to her because she's not controversial. She don't do stuff like that. But who should be offended in this situation? Either way, you could lose a friendship like that if you don't know when you're being offensive, or when you're making, even whenever you, for instance, if me and you is best friends and we go somewhere and you're gay and I'm not, and somebody is like, fuck all the goddamn gays, you motherfucker, and I don't stick up for you or take you out of that situation, I might as well be doing it with them. Seriously. You don't know what you can do to a person that's in your life that might offend them until they're offended. And you can't be like, oh, well, you should, or you know me. You can't do that and think that that's an apology, because it's not. An apology is when you sincerely look somebody in their fucking eyes and you tell them, like, yo, I did not mean to hurt you. Like, you are my friend. You my family. I love you. And I am so sorry for offending you. And please, can you tell me or teach me how to, better that situation, or anything other than, come on, let's have a drink, or changing the subject, or making it as if what offended them isn't relevant anymore because time has passed by. Oh, 3 years has passed by. So forget everything that I said to you 3 years ago. This is a new day. This is a new year. And no, it's not it might be a new day, a new dawn for you, but it's not a new dawn or a new day for the ones that's offended. We're still waiting on an apology. And I know sometimes people be like, well, hold your breath. You're going to be waiting forever. And that may be the case, but we're not going to hold our breaths and wait on you to apologize. We're going to hope that it happens, but if it doesn't, then guess what? We will politely move on from any situation. Friend, foe, ho, go, bo, yo, so. Because nobody has time for that. I don't want somebody in my life that every time I turn around, they on the cool saying something to hurt me or embarrass me. Those aren't the type of friends or family that I want around me. I don't want someone that's not man or woman enough to apologize to me when they offend me. Because when I'm offensive, I'm apologizing. I do not want to hurt no one. If I've ever offended anybody that follows the couch, if you literally didn't approach me about it, and it was just something that you heard online, like, oh, let me give y'all a good example. The other day, I did the couch on the telephone game. Y'all remember that? Well, someone that was watching thought that I was talking about them. Now, let me tell you something. This person that thought that, that's my motherfucker. Like, what? We might not talk every day, but you are my friend. I really love you. Like, I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to a motherfucker I don't fuck with. But I would probably do it to them quicker than I would do it to somebody that I actually genuinely care about. So when she was saying it, I couldn't help but laugh, because I was like, I'm literally not even talking about you. I'm talking about people doing it to you. Like, I'm like sticking up for you, basically. And she was like, you know what? I apologize. I apologize because I jumped to conclusions. I said, it's okay. And it could have went further than that. It could have been worse than that. And if we wasn't mature and if we didn't really give a fuck about each other, the conversation would have never happened like that. We would have been like, girl, fuck you. And if I was, bitch, what? What you gonna do? Because sometimes when you're approached about something that might be offensive towards someone, even if it's not to them, allow them to ask without you being offended. Like, bitch, and if I did, they're literally asking you if you did. They're not so much as accusing you, which, and sometimes it does happen like that, but even when being accused, you can't get offensive, especially if you had already said something offensive and they just don't know. Because the definition of ignorant means you just don't know. They're ignorant. They just literally don't know if you're talking to them or not. So if I want to know something, even if I know I didn't do nothing to you, if one day I'm feeling paranoid and I want to ask you if you talking about me, you shouldn't be offended that I'm asking. And I know some people's offended because they like, well, I mean, if you really fuck with me, then you should know where my loyalties lie and all this. I get that. But paranoia is a real fucking thing. And it doesn't give a fuck if this is your friend, if this is your husband, if this is your wife, if this is your mom. If you paranoid today and you want to know if this post is about you, then I'm going to need to ask. Because mind fucking yourself is worse than thinking that post is about you. Because when you mind fuck yourself, you could end up being the one that's offensive to the one that you thought offended you. And they genuinely wasn't even talking to you, but you were offended, and then you reacted off of that offense. So if someone approaches you about something that they may think that you're saying about them, don't get mad. Just redirect them. Let them know, hey, this was not about you. I promise. Like, you my friend, and I got your number. If it was about you, I would definitely call. We are too old to be playing these goddamn reindeer games on this he say, she say shit, on this talk behind your back ass shit, on this fake ass messages ass shit. We are too old for that. We too old for that. And we too old not to be apologizing when we're offensive. And we're too old to keep getting offended about the shit that we shouldn't be offended about. I know that this is my friend. Why am I thinking that she's talking about me? Okay, yeah, I'm having a paranoid moment. Let me talk to her. She know I'm paranoid. I think the reason why some people are scared to apologize is because they might be afraid. Number one, and this might sound crazy, but some people are afraid to be forgiven. And some people are afraid of not being forgiven. When you humble yourself and you approach somebody about an insecurity or anything, and they don't respond to it the way that you had it in your head, we can't be mad. If somebody doesn't want to forgive us, we can't be mad. But we took that step to ask for forgiveness. Take that step. Don't worry about if they don't forgive you or not, because it's not even for them. It's for you. If you really care about someone, you would apologize to them without them even having to ask. We always know. And if you don't, then you must just be oblivious to yourself. Because anytime I've ever offended somebody, like I had this like little feeling in the inside that was like, they upset. Even though they would continue conversing with me like it's nothing wrong, I could tell. I could feel, it's something that you just feel. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like a feeling that you get. You know, we don't always say the best things out of our mouth. So sometimes when we say things, you ever said something too quick and then you thought in your head, fuck, why did I say that shit? It's the same way. Fuck, why did I say that? And when you thinking, fuck, why did I say that? And you look at your friend or your family or whoever you was talking to, and you could see, man, it's a look. And when you see that look, it's hard to not see it from anybody else if you offend them. Like, because you'll know. That's what I'm saying. You'll know when you offend them. You're like, ooh. If I just offended you, I apologize. Not, ooh, I hope that didn't make you mad. Gaslighting. We got to know the difference between gaslighting and really apologizing, because some of y'all just don't genuinely know how to apologize. Y'all just think that, girl, you know, or boy, or man, that's not apologies. Genuinely start apologizing, and you will start to see a genuine relationship start to spark back up. Relationships that you thought would never be mended. You have no idea. The worst things that ever happen to people, the worst things that ever happen in a relationship, people have been forgiven for it. Because they've asked humbly, respectfully. You think when they found out that they actually killed Jesus, that they wasn't like, oh my God, whew, please forgive me, and on their knees, on their face, crying, screaming like, yo, I can't believe I didn't. You have to genuinely want the relationship to work, to want to apologize. Because if you don't, then what you gonna apologize for? You don't want the relationship to work. You don't really give a fuck or not. If it's here or there or whatever. Do you care about the friendships, the relationships that you have enough to apologize when you're offensive? Do you love the person enough to tell them, hey, I was wrong. And before you even tell me, I know I offended you. And if you tell me I didn't, then even better. But I want to apologize. Apologize. Hold yourself accountable. I know I want to be held accountable for my fuck ups. Anything that I do wrong, if I say something wrong, if I offend somebody. I don't know how many people done told me that they got offended by something that I said on the couch that literally had nothing to do with them. Did that stop me from apologizing? No, it didn't, because I apologize. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to offend you. That's not what the couch is about. It's not to offend, hurt, or make you feel some type of way. It's to inform. We learning together. It's the therapy that you never knew you needed. But I'm a woman enough to apologize if I've ever done anything offensively or to hurt anybody. But if I genuinely don't know, please let me know. Don't let time go on and you being mad at me and me not even knowing. Let me know. Because just like I offended you, if I don't know, and you think that I'm just acting like everything is all good, because some people genuinely don't even know if they offend somebody, let them know. Don't be afraid to let somebody know that they offended you. If you're just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 8 Central Time, and every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. If you just now tuning in, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to Spotify, Apple, and Pandora, Couch Chronicles No Limits. You can always come back, rewatch, or re-listen to any episode that you have missed. You don't ever have to catch it live. I will never be mad at that, ever. You could always come back, rewatch, and re-listen. There's so many episodes to catch up on. This is actually the 5th season, and each episode have over 100 episodes. So go back, rewatch, re-listen anytime that you want to catch up. It's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I love you guys so much. Sending positive vibes, love, and energy your way. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I do have a doctor's appointment. Oh, tomorrow night. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. I thought it was tomorrow morning. Love you. Period. Love y'all. Love you, big O.